Welcome, 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 SHE-ness tribe. It is my favorite time. It's Wednesdays. I want to make sure we're on. I want to make sure we're on because today is an important day. I know you're stressed. I know you feel bogged down. I know you're feeling overwhelmed. And if you have children, I feel you, sister. You're like, more is coming on my plate or has begun on my plate. Got you, sis. Got you, sis. I'm Roya Mattis. I'm the creator of SHE-ness Tribe. And today I have an opportunity to be able to jump on live with you and share 3 techniques to unlock that stress, to release that hold that's binding you, to feel like you're actually back in your groove again, girl. You're back in your space of alignment that you get to gain a little bit of control in an uncontrollable season. How many of you all would like 3 different choices that would fit anybody's personality? You can choose 1 of 3 and you can use a combination. You could all 3 or you can use 1, and it can help to unlock that tension, that strain, that choking in you might be doing, that feeling that you're just like, get me out of here. Or would somebody please be quiet for 5 minutes? Some of y'all can relate. Or am I ever going to get all of this stuff done? Or would somebody please just give me a break right now? Would something go right in my life right now? We're going to hit on this. I have about 800 hours of immersion training. I have been leading a successful sales force for 20 years. In the company that I represent as a national sales director with Mary Kay Cosmetics, I actually am one of like 100 and somewhere around 150. I just learned 140 something women that are in my position out of about 400 to 600,000 independent consultants. So have had success in that area, and then realized, oh my gosh, I have such a grave responsibility to give back and to give the very best for other people to access their best life. All I ever want to do is to give you access to the very best you were designed to be. And SHE-ness is about unlocking your unique she. It's about you accepting and loving all areas of you. Why? Because personally, as a high achieving woman, I know what it felt like to drive in one energy, the winning state, the one that led, the person that people leaned on, the girl that had to have it together, the one that wanted to win all the time. And then the tax that it took on my system and the relationship challenges it could cause, and feeling like I was just tired, that I was having the it all, but I wasn't fully enjoying it, and I didn't know why. It took me a full year to find the solution, the root of what we'll be working on more in SHE-ness here. And so it's finding that other part of you. It took me a year to figure out that I was feminine at core. Why does that matter? What does that mean? I'm actually going to dive into that a lot in September and October for you, because it has changed my life. The second piece of SHE-ness is to then better unify to our other sisters, because we were actually bred and built and biologically meant to be together. You have an idea, I have an idea, we share it, we have to. So together we have the answer. So it's about unification. It's about collecting instead of competing and comparing. If that bodes well with you, you're in the right place. And then it's about unifying to our men too. It's about knowing that we all bring something valuable to the table, no matter our background or what our primary energy is, if we're masculine, feminine, or whether or not we are a high achiever or we love to support other people and be in the background. Whatever you are is your unique she to be celebrated. And it's about finding that peace and knowing and being good with it, and then coming to the table with your fullness of yourself and pride in that. So here, let's dive right in. There is stress in every adult and every child's life. Let's just face it. So the more we can tap in to tools and techniques, more power to us. As a matter of fact, in pure transparency, this week I started a Transcendental meditation course. I've done 800 hours of immersion training on all things from business to finance to interrelationships to male and female dynamics to feminine dynamics to finance to health strategies, etc. And I wanted to give my kids an additional tool as they went into virtual school this year, and the world is changing, and we have had a significant change in our family as well. And we started a Transcendental meditation course. So today will be day 3 of 4 in immersion on that with the kids. And because I'm in the middle of that training, I'm not going to speak on that today, although I've already begun to feel the benefits, and I will pass it on to you because I feel like everything we go through, we grow through, and we're to give back. All I ever want to do is give back. So I will share that with you, and it's just not going to be today. So today I want to talk about Four-Quadrant dump. We're going to talk about the holy hour, and we're going to talk about lymphasizing. So let's go with technique number 1. Technique number 1 is you've got all these things pulling at you, and you're almost going crazy with your lists or lack of lists, or all the things that are jumbling in your mind and all the immediate must-do tasks right now. So I'm going to give you a technique I call the Four-Quadrant dump technique. You take a piece of paper, any piece of paper, and you literally just draw. I'm going to take a blank one for you right now. You literally take that piece of paper and you're about to organize the chaos in your brain. You'll draw a line down the center of that page and then across. So you're making a square, 4 squares on your page. And then you're going to write each major category of your life at the top of each list. So for example, I have an MK business I run, I have SHE-ness that I run, I have personal life, and then I have things with a move that I've just done, okay? So because that is pressing, it's going to have more stuff. Now, rather than I'm going to make this list, that list, the other list, that's not how our brain works. Our brain that's in overwhelm is thinking about everything at once. Truth, especially in the female brain, typically. So as ideas and thoughts come to your mind of things you have to do, you put it in whatever category it belongs in. So now we're dumping, 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 dumping. If you've ever watched those purging shows where they have you bring those TV shows, I used to watch them, I don't remember what they're called, but anyway, you have a trash pile, you have a donate pile, you have a keep pile, and then you might have a maybe pile. But it's trash, donate, keep, and then I think they might add a maybe pile. They make piles as they're pulling things out. So as you're pulling things out of your brain, you're putting it into a pile, a category pile. Now, what do you do next? Everything is dumped onto this 4-quadrant sheet. Everything that is swirling around your brain that you must do, that's stressing you out, or you just feel like you got to remember, you've dumped it here. Next, you're going to prioritize what is urgent now, what you can do tomorrow, and what you can do next week. So the first thing is I want you to look at your categories, and I want you to put an asterisk by the things you got to do today. Like, it has no wiggle room. There is no possibility for tomorrow. It's got to be done today. You're going to put an asterisk on all those things. Then you're going to go back and you're going to put a number 1 or 2, whatever you want to do. I prefer just to then go with numbers. So I'm going to put a number 1 by after the urgent, here's first priority. I'm going to put a number 1 by everything in my list that's got to be done tomorrow or the next day. So I got an asterisk, boom, got to be done like urgently in the next 24 hours. Then I got a 48-hour to 72-hour list. Then I got a number 2. And then maybe I'm going to do a number 3 list. But numbers, just numbers, 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 numbers. Now, you take the asterisk stuff. You got to do now. Every single day of my working life, I make a task list. I'm going to give you just a peek of a personal task list. I start with the time I wake up to the time I go to bed, and I list everything that I must do at specific times there first. So in other words, let's say you have to clock into a job. You're going to put that into specific times. Let's say you have children that have to be somewhere at specific times. You're going to put that in to specific times, okay? If I showed you this, I'm just realizing like every one of mine have people's names on it. I'm going to try to just like cover it up. But just so you see, I put the asterisks in urgent. This is not a big one that day. I'm trying to not put like people's names up in the world. And then I have an hour, half hour by half hour. It doesn't mean that what I'm doing is changing every half hour. It just allows me that slot of time, okay? I insert specific things I have to do, and then I go to the asterisks. The asterisks, I put in the time slots that are available. Creates a very on-purpose day, you guys. It makes you the employer when you make the list and the employee when you execute the list. Are you with me? Then you're putting the next day, anything that you happen to not get done goes on the next day, and you add the number 1 stuff. And then the next day you add the number 2. So you can literally look at your list on the priorities and you can put, I'm going to do this on, so today is Wednesday. I'm going to do this on Wednesday. I'm going to do this on Thursday. I'm going to do number 3 list on Thursday. And you can literally have, you know what days. What is that going to do for you? It's going to give you peace to the present. It's going to allow you to not think about everything on your quadrants, but just think about the few things that you are going to knock off today. So that is the beginnings of the quadrant technique. If you have any questions, I want you to post them below. I'm going to answer them at the end. I know I'm going kind of fast because I want to be sure I honor your time today. Time is of the essence and value, right? So the second technique that we're going to talk about today, the second one is called the holy hour. Now, I borrowed this term from Robert Sharma, and he named it the holy hour, but there's a whole lot, it's like a miracle morning, there's a whole lot of people talking about the importance of the end caps of the day, the beginning of the day and the end of the day, and it's so, so true. So if you are someone who's responsible to other people, which is most of us, as women especially, then waking up an uncomfortable early hour is going to be the greatest gift you can ever give yourself, says the natural night owl. This is something I fought for years. Why? Because I love the night, because it could go endlessly into the night, and then I had no limit of time, and I could get all these things done, and then I might be too tired in the morning. If you have a job or you have small children, you no longer have the luxury of waiting and staying up all night, because then you got no buffer in the morning to make up on your sleep. And clinically, it has been shown over and over again that the best hours of sleep are between 10 p.m. and 2 a.m. And so we can't miss that window when we're looking to create the strongest, longest lasting vessel possible. So this holy hour is very challenging for somebody like me, again, who's a natural night owl. So how do you start it and what does it look like? First of all, I want you to give yourself permission that you don't have to be springing up out of your bed awake to be normal in doing a holy hour. A holy hour is a gift of time prior to other people waking that's going to center your day, focus your day, and get you ahead of the game, so that when the chaos of your day hits, you don't have that, that irritation, agitation, annoying feeling that you can have, like where you're like, oh, will somebody just give me a space to breathe? I have so much in here that I got to do right now. You give yourself that holy hour, you give yourself that task list, you know when you're going to get it done, and you have more peace in the present, which everyone is asking of you and you're asking of yourself. How many of you want to be free of the guilt that the day's tasks can cause you just waking up in the morning? You can start with guilt or feeling behind the 8 ball or exhaustion. So the holy hour, the first thing that I did is gave my self permission to not feel like I had to be completely awake in the morning. So I built into the routine a wake up meditation time. So the first thing I want you to say to yourself is just go pee. Just go pee. That's the start of your holy hour. You're not even committing to being up for that full early hour. You're just going, shoot, the alarm's ringing. It's 5 a.m. It's 4:45 a.m. It's 5:30 a.m. It's 6 a.m. Whatever your hour before anybody else would wake up time is, I'm just going to go pee. I'm just committing to go pee. And then you go pee. And then you commit to brush your teeth. And while you're brushing your teeth, I actually have something you can do, which I'm going to share with you at the end, which is the lymphasizing. And so you're just committing to brush your teeth. And then what I like to do is I start with my visualization meditation. Why? Because it's an easy wake up for me, and it allows me to have part one of the 3 20-minute segments. So segment number 1 of your holy hour would look like visualization or prayer or meditation. You can couple it with some stretching if you would like. You might do a guided 5-minute meditation with breathing and stretching, and then go into prayer or visualization right afterwards. Or you might do a full, for example, Tony Robbins has a fabulous priming technique you can follow. That's a 20-minute follow that you can do as your visualization. Remember that what the mind believes you can achieve. And so when you center yourself on your higher power, when you center yourself on where you want your life to be, not where it is today, you begin to align yourself with the belief and therefore the decisions that are going to take you where you want to go, not just reacting to where you are right now. If you're feeling this at all, comment below. If you feel anything that I'm talking about, I want you to comment below. And if you have any questions, please give them to me and answer at the end. Okay, so the first 20 minutes is filled with you aligning and slowly waking up. The second 20 minutes is you've got to move your body. Physicality can precede mentality. So maybe you have a quick 20-minute walk. You have a quick 20-minute calisthenics thing. You, depending on whatever your physical abilities are at that time. I started this when I had the clinical energy of an 87 to an 89-year-old woman because I had been misprescribed prednisone that crashed my adrenals, and I literally was paralyzed and had to work my way back for 3 years. So I started with only being able to do things in the chair, then only being able to do one of the 3 to 5 circuits that I do now from home. So you can start where you are, and I can help you on that if you want to private message me. Okay. Now, if you are ready to go and do a full workout at that time, you can insert it if you get up early enough to do it, or you're just moving your body for this 20 minutes. One of the things I also love to do is jump on my trampoline. So your little trampoline lymphasizes your body, which actually drains your lymph nodes purposefully and accesses more energy. You can listen to some fabulous pump you up, belief, or praise music at the same time that you are literally getting your body alive and awake and clear of the toxins. The third part of your 20 minutes is learning. Remember, we are the same person unless we intentionally learn or we accidentally get pushed through something. So you can, if you need to then get in the shower and you don't have a full hour before, get in the shower and play a podcast, play an audiobook, do something that's going to allow you to learn something new, okay? Or you can sit and read for that 20 minutes. Get yourself in front of new information, and that creates a new sense of a next level of you. You can touch that next level of you. Learning would be the third phase. Now, in this first 20 minutes, by the way, of your prayer, your meditation, it's a great time to do a 3 to 5 gratitude journaling as well. You might only take like 5 minutes of that time to write the things you're grateful for and the things you are looking to manifest. That is in essence the holy hour. For more details on that, I did a fabulous podcast with Sarah Fraser on the Hey Fraser Show. She's renaming it soon. But you can hear more about how I helped Sarah take her business to the next level on the Hey Fraser Show you can find on YouTube. Okay, the third option, Julia, thank you. Yes, priming practice is like life-changing, isn't it? Is life-changing. Amen, sister. Okay, and the third technique, so now we've done a brain dump option. We've done a holy hour to center the beginning of your day, to own that when maybe everything else is out of your control. And the third is you are just flipping stresses. It's the middle of the day and you're just like, I think I'm going to lose it. I want to talk to you about lymphasizing. It's a quick thing you can do, really, really easy within a couple of minutes. You choose a song that moves you, something that speaks to you in that moment. It might be a holy song. It might be a nasty song. It might be a inspirational song. Just something that makes your body go, yes, right now. And you literally create a detox for your body and a movement to oxygenate. So oxygenation allows you to access the higher level of thinking. Let me make sure you guys can see me. Oxygenation allows you to access a higher level of thinking, which then takes your body out of survival mode, which when we're stressed and strained, we naturally compress our diaphragm, which is where 60–70% of our oxygen lies. And then we can't think new thoughts. We can't create new solutions. We're just like, we're running around like this. And we can see, we can move, but we're not like, it's biological, you guys. We're not hitting the highest level of our solutions until we force oxygen into our system, which tells our body and our brain to go, oh, okay, we're fine in the basic functions. Now I'm going to let you think. This is also a technique, like if you lose your keys or can't remember someone's name, breathe deeply for a little bit, oxygenate, and you'll be able to remember things you couldn't remember before. Okay, so this just forces some more oxygen and it's going to drain the lymph nodes, naturally releasing the toxins. So it looks something like this. You're playing your favorite song and you're like, let me see how far I can get back. And you're letting it all out and you're moving and grooving to the music, and then you're letting up your hands go way up high and draining this way, and I'm bouncing on my toes, and then I'm letting it out here, and then literally I'm like shaking my tummy. I'm shaking my tummy. Why? There's lymph nodes here. Let me get it out. 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 So I'm draining the lymph nodes from here, here, here. Now, once you've bounced to your 3-minute, 2-minute mute song, if you've got a really high level of physicality already, maybe you're gonna do like a full-on jump. You know, you're gonna like challenge yourself and really raise your knees up. Or you're just gonna bounce on your toes. Or if you don't have that ability on your legs, you can bounce in your chair. When you're brushing your teeth, you can do this on your tippy toes in the morning. But you're just like, okay, gotta go to the bathroom, guys. Go to the bathroom, put your AirPods in, put your phone on, play something, and do it for the 2 to 3 minutes. And I promise you, you're gonna come out a positive version of yourself, a solution-oriented chick that doesn't irritate herself at that moment anymore. Amen, sister. I mean, we know what to do. We just got to do it. Just is an operative word. So pick one of these three. If you can't see yourself doing a holy hour yet, or you are confused by the brain dump that I just shared, you can lymphasize for sure. If you see yourself able to easily lymphasize, then I'm going to ask you to choose one of the other two. Are you going to do a holy hour, or are you going to do a 4-quadrant dump? If you're already doing your 4-quadrant dump and making a task list for the day, are you doing the holy hour? I will tell you, I realized that my specific list and lack of holy hour cost me major amount of production. It was my difference between nearly, it was about $120,000 in production, which cost me $1 million goal. if I had added this, this would have been the edge. So if you're feeling like you're almost making it in a certain goal, or you're feeling like, oh, I just can't get a handle enough on my day, or you're feeling like I'm doing these things, but I'm so tense all the flipping time, I don't like it. Here are some keys to unlock the enjoyment of the it all that you seek. All right. I hope today has been a blessing to you. You know, here, all we want to do is give back. And if you like this, share it. If you want your sisters in it, we have all kinds of avenues of information for you. Look back on the playbacks that live here in our private Facebook page. Just have to be a woman to be involved in here, because this is a space for high achieving women that believe in support and unity. As we spread that love in inviting instead of fighting, we do it better with you. So I look forward to seeing you same time next week. And until then, we'll be posting on Instagram and Facebook on SHE-ness Tribe. God bless you guys. Hi, Tracy. Oh, I'm so glad you liked it. Thank you guys for coming. I know others of you are on, but unless you comment, I just can't see your names right now. Thank you for taking the time out of your busy day. Hope this was helpful. God bless. See you next week.